Hola everybody and welcome to day one at the Trofeo Princesa Sofía Iberostar regatta. Very exciting. Behind me you can see the Bay of Palma. The wind is set to build a little later on in the day and it is going to be absolutely amazing to see the sailors hit the water. And while it looks a little quiet out there as it did on our live yesterday, if we pan around into the boat park here at the club Arenal Nautico, you will see that everybody is rigging and getting ready for their final preparations. The sound of crisp new sails is rife in the air because here for day one, a lot of these sailors are thinking about qualifying for the 2020 Olympics next year in Tokyo. For many sailors, this is where it all gets very serious. So we'll try to talk to the sailors a little bit later on in the week when they start to relax a little bit into their racing. But we might go for a wander through the boat park so that you can see what's happening. In the meantime, if you want to follow on, I'm just going to whip my phone out of my pocket here and show you these amazing things that we have going. Not only are we updating you on Facebook as we are now, but you can head to, and we're just going to come in here and see if we can get a little bit of a look at this. These are all my sailing apps, guys. But here we have the Trofeo Princesa Sofía Iberostar app. You can choose your language. I'll choose English. And then you can work your way through the app. You can follow your favourite competitors. I'm not following all of the Australians, I promise. I'm very impartial. I'm very excited. I've been meeting all of these sailors, over 1,200 of them over the past few days while I've been warming up. Should we go for a little bit of a wander and have a look? Yes, exactly. Chuchi's nodding at me in the background. You can see here the FX. This is the female women's skiff class. So 2 women on this amazing boat. This is quite a fan favourite, I think. We have the 470, this one from Israel. 67 nations represented at this 50th edition. Everybody getting dressed nice and warmly in their various clothing, apparel. I'm wearing marine pool. It's awesome. Massive French contingent here. I think we saw them on the 50th happy birthday video yesterday. So this is the club Nautico Arenal. This is one of the bases. Then we have Campastia just down the way, and then also the Real Palma Club as well, back in the main hub. They had yacht racing with ORC, Vipers, and various other yacht races over the weekend. So I think what we'll do is let these guys have a little bit of a prep. They'll be heading out at about 10:30. 11 o'clock is the racing. That's when all the racing will kick off. For everybody except the 49ers, basically. So this whole bay is just going to be full of boats, and we'll make sure that we're on the water to keep you posted. You can follow us, guys, on Instagram. There are lots of videos going up on YouTube that have been prepared, lots of documentaries, which is just phenomenal. Twitter, and also, of course, Facebook right here, or the website, or the app that I showed you, and we'll run you through the app a little bit later in the week. My name's Nic Douglass, and for Adventures of a Sailor Girl and also the Trofeo Princesa Sofía Iberostar regatta, it's my pleasure to be your host this week. We'll see you soon. Awesome. There we go. That's the first finish horn for the 50th anniversary of the Trofeo Princesa Sofía Iberostar regatta. And Russia 212196 are the first winner of a race here on the beautiful waters of Palma. It's been a very quiet morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, anybody who's watching at home, wherever you might be. But the racing has gotten away on both the laser radial courses and the laser course. And I believe the Nacras are now also racing. So we'll be sure to check in with them as soon as we can. In second position, we have China, 201213. See if I can find them for you on my trusty list. That is actually Dongshuang Shuang, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. There are 129 laser radials racing here as part of the Trofeo Princesa Sofía Iberostar regatta in 2019. And we did mention earlier this morning on our live on the beach that this is for many people the start of their qualification leading towards Tokyo 2020. You can see there's also a number of coach boats, almost as many as there are competitors. It's quite a tricky thing to be negotiating your way out of each of the yacht clubs. Now these guys, the radials are based from Campastia, which is just up over yonder. And we're very, very spread out. There's 8 race courses and they're spread out all the way along the bay. As you can see, you might be able to see in the distance a plane landing, and over there there's the Nacras, and then way up over yonder the FXs. The 49ers will be out to race this afternoon. Here comes Sweden, and then another Russian boat. As the regatta progresses, I'm sure that these guys will get used to having us around, and we will try to talk to them for you. So don't worry about that. Now this is also the yellow fleet. I don't think I've mentioned that yet. 129 laser radials racing here, and they're split into the yellow fleet and the blue fleet to start with. The blue fleet started second, and then later on in the regatta we will have a gold and a silver fleet. And that is where your winners will come from. The gold fleet, of course. USA, we might just get a little bit closer, shall we? Or she's doing a great job behind the camera, as always. A massive boat's coming in now, and then it almost looks like the yellow fleet and the blue fleets have collided. Yes, they have. Here's the first finisher in the blue fleet, I believe. First one I can see. Nope, they've got a little blue arrow. They're not blue fleet. They've just got a blue thing on the bottom of their wind indicator just to confuse us. But you can't see where yellow ends and where blue begins. So it'll be interesting to see how this all eventuates. And you can be sure that we'll be bringing you as much action as possible on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, and also on the Trofeo Princesa Sofía Iberostar app. Make sure you download it and you can follow your favourite sailors if you are watching from home. You'll get notified as they go around various mark roundings. It's incredibly cool. So we're going to finish up here in just 1 minute, and we'll head to another race course on the beautiful Bay of Palma very, very soon. Hola from the 470 racetrack of the men, but also the mixed class. I'm not sure if you guys know, but the 470 is in as a mixed class for the 2024 Olympics, and this is the first major event where we've seen mixed crews starting to appear, which is another amazing part of the Trofeo Princesa Sofía Iberostar regatta. And this is their first race getting ready to go. You may have seen earlier that we were on the laser radial track. The 470 women have just gotten away, and now the yellow fleet, we have a yellow fleet and a blue fleet for the 470 men, are just about to start. You will get to see their start here live from the racetrack. They're starting in a sea breeze, which is a sou'easter here, I believe, sou'wester here on the bay. And we're also going to try and catch up with the Nacras. Let's go for the yellow fleet of the 470 men. It was a nor'easter most of the day, then it completely glassed out on the bay. And now you can see these 470s are getting away in a beautiful, I'm going to say 10 to 12 knot breeze. It's quite cold, so it's quite dense, the air. Meanwhile, over behind us, the Nacras are absolutely zooming around their top mark. The 49ers are starting to get going. The fin class, the lasers, there's so many boats, 876 in fact, out here on the Bay of Palma. And we are just so excited to be in the midst of the action. Now, guys, the blue fleet, just so you know, we've got a yellow and a blue fleet, and just so you know, we're just going to try and stay out of the way of these Japan competitors. Everybody's winding up for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, speaking of Japan, but just so you know, the blue and yellow fleets will become gold and silver a little later on. Can you see how many boats are on the water at the moment compared to yesterday when we were out in the afternoon? Plenty of live. Now, if you haven't seen it yet, guys, go to Instagram for Trofeo Sofía as well. Straight after the laser radial event, we did do a little interview with last year's winner in the radial class. She won her first race, so she's pretty excited. We'll have to follow what happens in the second. We're going to try and make our way down to the Nacra course. Can you see all the action here? Not only do we have competitors, we have coach boats. We have so much going on. It's just absolutely fantastic. You can see this is part of the chaos as the blue fleet get ready to go. Meanwhile, the 470 women have just gone around their first top mark. We can see the fins winding up in the distance. I know the laser radials will be into their second race of the day. And the 49ers and 49er FXs are at it as well. The RSXs and the RSX women, they'll be racing this afternoon as well, but it's not really a priority event for them because the Europeans for the RSXs will be on this same piece of water next week, which is a major event for them. We've got a few questions here. Looking for my son on GBR 55 in the 470 fleet. Thank you so much for your questions. They've gotten away, And we're not actually sure of the fleet splits, but we'll be bringing you finishes whenever we can, guys. So we're just getting a bit of a feel for where everything is today, just like you are. And as we continue into the week, we'll be able to bring you more actually valuable reports, I'd say. Not that they're not valuable right now, but we're learning them with you. And as you can see, it's pretty busy out here. The Nacras have already gone around the top mark. We basically missed them. And we might get to see this blue fleet lining up. So we'll keep an eye out for GBR 55 for that probably proud dad that's watching. I think he did say it was his son. I know everybody loves to keep their eye out for their favourite competitor. Now, if you have a favourite competitor, like the dad who is watching for GBR 55, I'm not sure if you've managed to download the event app yet. If you download the event app, you can actually choose to follow, for example, GBR 55 or whomever it is that you want to follow, maybe Poland. Then, every time they go around a mark, it will notify you, and it will notify you of their position. So that's a pretty cool little add-on that these guys have organised for you this year. What do you think, Chuchi? Will we stay with them into this start? We don't really have a sequence yet. You may have noticed, if we can look at the committee boat here, it's course I-12, that's I-2, with a heading of 220. Earlier today, the laser radials were racing at 85 degrees, so that just shows you how much has actually spun around from the land breeze here to the sea breeze. There is an O flag flying. Can you see that red diagonal with yellow? For the 470 class, that means unlimited pumping. So you watch these boats as they come off the start line. There's absolutely phenomenal power that the guys put in, especially to really pump their boats. That's 5 minutes to go for the 470 men blue. And as you can see, we're right here at the committee boat, and I know that our driver's going to edge us forward so that we can get that live view for you right down the line. Speaking of live, we have been live, I think 3 or 4 times today, but we're going live on Instagram as well as to Facebook. So they're different lives. So if you're following on Facebook, you will get more and different action live on Instagram as well. So yeah, you'll just have to follow both channels because we're trying to cater for everybody. Some people like to watch it this way, some people like to watch it this way. But if you're a diehard like me, you're going to have to follow both Instagram and Facebook and get the app. You know, it's a bit on in the sailing world. Look at all these Japanese teams. I reckon there's about 5 Japanese people. Now, this regatta is particularly important for, I believe, the Netherlands and the Japanese as an example. And I mean, 4 minutes to go with a U flag. That's a soft black flag for those who don't know. So if you're over at the start, you're disqualified. But if there's a general recall, you get to go again, unlike a black. So it's important not to be over, especially on day one. I did mention in the laser radio broadcast that it's easy to lose a regatta on day one. You can't win it, but you can lose it. So everyone's sailing a little bit conservatively. And the mixed crews are all in amongst the guys' fleet as well. So we've managed to spot 3 so far. I think a Frenchie, a British boat, and one other. So it's really nice to see those guys taking part as well. We'll talk a little bit more about the mixed teams later on in the week. Hopefully we'll do some interviews with them and see how we go. We're going to edge our way forward now, I think. Got about 2 minutes to go. He's one of those Japanese teams I mentioned. And there's lots of young sailors sailing with older sailors as well. Everybody's sort of thinking about the succession planning too at this level of competition. It's pretty serious. I had somebody ask me a question on Facebook this morning as to how many youth and master competitors there were, and you know what, everybody's in it to win it at this level. Looks like they're all pushing down towards the pin end. It does feel a little bit left to me, and it's interesting that the women are all coming down that left-hand side of the course as well, so the breeze must be better on that side. And now you can see these men in the blue fleet echoing the positioning of those women to head down towards that left-hand or port end of the line. Quite a bit of gain from the boat. You have one lone Japanese team up above my hip here. But other than that, everyone's down towards the port end, and we can see the jurors, and a shout out to the jurors who are going to have hard work today. A light day is a harder day for them in terms of work because it's easier to get ahead with propulsion. You can see them all packing down towards the pin here, and those judges will be looking at sculling as a primary issue under Rule 42. Oh, I'm guessing that there's going to be some people that can't lay the pin here. We'll see lots of bailouts. In comes an Australian lone Australian competitor. I think they've just decided to bail out on that pin. It's still got a minute to go though, so they might be able to get back and get in the mix. Massive hole to windward. It looks like the start line's way too long, but that's just because those boats are three rows deep down towards the pin. Portugal team look to be the most on pin lay. I'm not sure if they'll be able to hold their boat there. They'll probably have to bail out. China and Greece, 1 minute to go. China and Greece in a good position, and Poland as well. By my eyes, there's also a Swedish boat in the mix. I still haven't spotted GBR 55 for that father that's watching. I'm guessing that he got away in the yellow fleet, given that I haven't seen him. All the Germans have bailed. They're heading back this way. Oh, there is one German 12 or 11 that seems to be able to hold. Quite chilly on the water. This breeze is building a little bit more, and again from that left-hand side. By my eyes, you can see right down the line here. Guessing 15 seconds to go. Absolutely awesome. You're going to be able to see whether anybody's over before I am. Great vision. And of course it's coming to you live. Here we go. Oh, AP. Oh, they went AP. Race committee there have actually decided to postpone the start. It'll be interesting to see if anybody's recognised this, given how far left it's gone. You can see some competitors actually starting on port. Nigel says you're in the yellow fleet. Yeah, copy. Excellent. Sorry, Nigel, we must have missed him in that first start. Thank you so much for letting us know, and we will keep an eye out for him, but I hope you can find that app. The women are heading out towards their outer course, and the blue fleet will go for a second start. I think we might go and see the Nacras. They're coming into their top mark now. Should we stay live and head over to the top mark for the second rounding of the Nacras? Yeah, cool. So we're just going to head over there now, guys. But if you've just joined us, my name's Nic Douglass, otherwise known as the Sailor Girl, and we are live on the Bay of Palma. We've just managed to watch the start of the yellow division for the 470 men and the first attempt for the start for the first race for the 470s in the blue fleet. But their start was abandoned. But a lot of them haven't actually recognised that yet, so they're having a little bit of a look at those conditions. But here are the Nacras, guys, coming in for their second rounding of the top mark. What I might do at this point is get Miguel to pass me my trusty, my trusty folder. With over 1,200 competitors, guys, I do need a list to see what's happening, and I will see if I can actually call some of these boats around the top mark for you. Interesting how many banana peels I've seen in the water today. It's like a trademark of sailors. At least they're biodegradable. I haven't seen any rubbish. Looks like a German team is leading. There are 4 Germans in the fleet for the Nacra 17s. Hola! Big shout out to all of our hard-working organisers behind the scenes. We all know these regattas can't they can't go ahead without people helping behind the scenes. Absolutely phenomenal, especially with an event of this magnitude. There's 3 yacht clubs that are involved in running this event. It's not just the one. In comes the German team leading the first race of the Nacras here at the Trofeo Princesa Sofía Iberostar Regatta. It is Germany 7-7. That is Paul Kohlhoff and Alicia Stuhllemmer. Beautiful rounding. In second place we have Italy. We might watch this set, hey? Look at them up on the foils, absolutely motoring. Italy 26. That is Ruggero Tita and Caterina Banti. They won last year, defending champs in second place. In come France as well. France 99 are in third position. That's Billy Besson and Marie Rial. These guys are also part of the S.A.R GP at the moment, sailing on the French team. The skipper and the tactician. Absolutely brilliant. Now remember guys, this is a mixed class, GBR 21. Just make sure we don't get run over here. This is Zest Boatworks, John Gimson and Anna Burnett, followed by Italy 98. It's Gianluigi Ugolini and Maria Giubielli. Another Italian boat. It's all on for the Italians. Go girls. Now you don't have to have the girl or the guy in a set position, by the way. It's arguably more physical to be a crew in these boats. Italy 5, Brazil 10, Samuel Albrecht and Gabriella Nicolino. Denmark 336, another girl in the crew position. Then the USA 27, that's Bora Galari and Luisa Chaffee. They represented their country at the last Olympic Games. And they're now foiling. Española 28. Awesome. GBR 88 opting for the jibe set. Countrymen GBR 25 continue. Española 70. There we go. So Española 28 was Tara Pachigoven, Rusova and Florian. And then Ika Martinez and Olga just behind. I think I'm not going to be able to call the next lot because they're all so close and they're going too fast. Oh, I love watching this. Whoa, France. 56 go for a jibe. China, Peru, USA, Italy, Japan, Canada, Denmark, Norway, France. It looks like there's no Aussie in the mix, so I'm guessing that silver medalists Lisa Darmanin and Jason Waterhouse have opted out. I think Jason's had a niggling back injury, so that might be why you're not seeing them here. Oh, beautiful rounding by Denmark 202. Staying up, almost staying up on the foils. Another jibe set from France 390. And just 2 boats to go now. Austria 397. That's Laura Farisi and Matea Zockling. And the final boat is a Danish boat. I can't quite see the number. I'll get them as they come around, but amazing action here on the Bay of Palma. The laser radial class and the laser standard class and the Nacra 17s, the boats that you've just witnessed, are launching from Camp Pastia. Just brilliant. And as this last boat comes around, a Danish boat with the city of Palma in the background, just get a load of this. Absolutely brilliant. My name's Nic Douglass. It's my pleasure to be your host for the entirety of the 50th anniversary of the Trofeo Princesa Sofía Iberostar Regatta. We'll be back with plenty more live action from the bay soon. Stay tuned to Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, or right here on Facebook, or download the app. Tell me when you're live.
It went on me. Here we go.
Woohoo! Here we are, guys. We've made it to the FX course just in time. They're actually split. We've got one course racing here and another course racing up to windward of us. The Kiwis have just led around the top. I would tell you they were, if I could grab my folder. Here comes the British team around in second place. Massive lead to the Kiwis. And then the Swedish 999. 999. Anybody watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine? That's all I think of when I see 9-9. Looks like it was a very left-hand track. The majority of, same as probably on the 470 course. Oh, great vision here. Watch these girls. Absolute athletes. Into it. Great rounding by the Swedes. Absolutely monster GBR. Canada coming in hot here. Big overlays on this left-hand side. And 2 German teams in succession. We might see the Argentinians get in the mix. Another great rounding. And Japan, Sweden also coming in from this left-hand side. We're just going to have a little bit of a look. Nice work. Excellent. We have some notable Princesa Sofía trophy royalty watching. Welcome to those who have visited this regatta before. Quite a notable 470 sailor watching, and a little shout out to Anna. Argentinians did get into the mix. Then Japan. And a shout out to Anna, who is the marketing girl for the Princesa Sofía Regatta. Great to see that you can see some of her hard work in effect. Sweden coming in. Two of them together. Simotax. Here's Steph Robel and Maggie Shea from the US just behind these Swedish teams. They've been here for about 2 weeks training, as have a number of others. Such an awful place to come and train. I'm being sarcastic for those who didn't hear that in my voice. I know that all of these crews love coming early to sail on the Bay of Palma. Well, no, we have a capsize. Sweden, 13, I think. Coincidentally. Ella Clark, Czech Republic, Italians. It's amazing the amount of countries that are involved in this event. Just blows my mind. Española having a little look over their shoulder. And Swedish 15 just trying, port and starboard here. Good idea not to go in there by the Polish. A nice tack regardless. Staying out of trouble is the optimum option for day one of a major regatta. Can they complete their tack here? I don't think the Netherlands team will be very happy with them for tacking right there. They're trying to keep clear and stay out of the way of the British team. It looks like they've had a bit of karma there anyway and caught... Oh no, something's wrong. Looks like the tiller's caught on the boom. It's not helping. Crew doing everything she can to help her skipper out here. Yeah, tiller extensions come off on the port side. Not handy. She's actually steering by her tiller. Netherlands team. Oh, finish up for a jibe set. Spinnaker will dry off in about 2 seconds as they're ripping away. And the Kiwi team that were leading are almost around the bottom mark already. Just smoking. I have to see if I can see who they were. Just flick through my Bible here. It's like an almanac. It's so thick of competitors that are involved in this event. It's coming into the trailing edge of this particular fleet. We will see this again change to gold and silver once the event gets into its later stages. India coming around the top mark. Oh, and we've got one more coming up towards us. Do you think that's the Kiwis? No, they can't be that far in front, but we do have a boat coming in on this left-hand ley line that's a little bit behind. That German team has managed to get their port tiller back on, and I think they've completed their penalty turn as well. I'm just going to see if I can see who that New Zealand team is that was so far in front. It was ridiculous. Here we go. Alexandra Maloney and Molly Meach led around the top mark. That's New Zealand 8. Great work from those two. And in comes one of our fleet members here, the last to come around the top, but we just had India come around as well. Fantastic. The Nacra Blue Group, please looking for Guatemala team. Awesome. Okay, we haven't actually been to visit the Nacra Blue Group yet. We were with Nacra Yellow just before. It was lovely to visit them. If we do get over to Nacra Blue, we'll keep an eye out for the Guatemalan team. I did see them on the shore this morning, though, so you might see them in our boat park walk from this morning if you want to have a little bit of a look, at least for their hull. We definitely saw their boat on the beach there this morning, though, and here come the Czech team. Great to see them here and participating in the 50th anniversary. We're going to wrap this up and see if we can find some more action for you. So far, we've visited the laser radials, the 470s, men and women, but we didn't get the women on camera, but we got some lovely B-roll for you. We saw the mixed fleet in there as well. Now we've had the FX. We also visited the Nacra yellow group. We'll go and visit the Nacra blue group if we get time. We might pop up and see the other FX group. The 49ers we're yet to visit as well. The RSXs are racing in on the shore. We've got the Laser Standards racing over down towards the Real Club de Palma, which is just fantastic too. And thank you to all of those 3 clubs that are really helping to make this 50th anniversary of the Trofeo Princesa Sofía Iberostar Regatta such a success. We'll be back live very soon. Make sure you head to Twitter, YouTube, hang out here on Facebook, or you can find plenty more on Instagram too. My name's Nic Douglass. Hola everybody, for our last live of the day, we thought we'd finish with the fins. Get it? I know you're laughing at home. You're either laughing at me or with me, and I don't mind which one. But here into the finish, we have an amazingly tight finish between Turkish, GBR and Greece. And if I can get my lovely trusty driver here, McGill, to pass me my lovely list. Look at this. Look how many pages we need for the 1,200 competitors here. But winning this race for the Finns, we have Turkey. And there's the gun, Turkey 21. And that is Alec and Kana, and in second place Ed Wright from GBR. Interesting, because Giles Scott was leading the other fleet, also from GBR, and we know that these guys are going to have a really tight battle into qualification for GBR. Then Greece 77, that's ENS Mitikas, and then the Kiwi rounding out the top 4. Incredibly physical boats, as you can see, for this single-handed male class. I believe 2020 might be the last time that we see them around on the Olympic scene. Argentina and Spanish boat having a little chat at the end of racing, and you can see that it's tight all the way back through the fleet. Look at the power needed just to jibe these boats. Getting away from the Polish team. Phenomenal. You think you've seen every single nation out here on the water, and then another boat just pops into the picture and you're like, oh yeah, I haven't seen a boat from the Czech Republic yet, or Bermuda, Swiss, USA, Sweden, Croatia, Denmark, France, just all within the space of 10 boat lengths. It's amazing. Oh, I think he's happy with his performance or disappointed. I'm not quite sure. Sweden 11. Little deck bang there. And this might be our last live broadcast from on the water today, adventurers, but we will go live from the boat park and see if we can find some sailors for you to talk to. It's a long sail home for the Finns. They head back to the Club Nautico Arenal. We just dropped in to see the 470 women, who will also head back to the Club Nautico Arenal, but at Ken Pastilla, the Nacra 17s and the Laser Radials and Laser Standards will go home and have their debriefs for day 1, because this is just day 1 of what is going to be a big week of racing. We do have the medal races right at the end of the week as well. And make sure you stay tuned, guys. We'll wrap it up here. Make sure you stay tuned to YouTube for the daily wraps that are coming from Icarus, and also from the amazing footage that we're able to gain out here on the water. You have our lives not only on Facebook but on Instagram, and we're posting video there as well. And they're different lives, guys, as well, for those who haven't noticed. Ooh, yellow flag. The jury have just given a yellow flag to one of these Finns coming into the finish. They are always watching. And again, a shout out to all our organising committee, the jurors, the media people, and those who will be working well after you stop watching the racing here on the water today, and long after the sailors stop sailing. They really do make these regattas happen. But thank you to all the sailors for coming. You can't have a regatta without sailors. And it's lovely to have you here for day 1 of the Trofeo Princesa Sofía Iberostar Regatta. We'll see you back on the shore, but make sure you stay tuned for the rest of the week, and tell everybody where they can watch the action live. Hola everyone from the boat park for the Trofeo Princesa Sofía Iberostar Regatta at the Club Nautico Arenal. We thought we'd catch up with some of the sailors in the boat park for you. The sun's setting. It's been a big day for everybody. But we have some lovely guests over here that are currently the leading Spanish boat in the 470 class. Sylvia, come over here. Come over here.
Hello.
Hola.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Everything good?
Everything is great with me. What about you?
Well, we had a good day today, so cool.
Tell me about today.
Well, we have been waiting a little bit outside for the wind, but at the end the wind shifted and the breeze came around 10 knots, so it was good sailing, yeah.
And you had a win in the first race, I think?
Yeah, well, we had a good start also, and it was good.
Very, very good. And, I mean, being here at your home regatta, day one, it's still a long way to go, but it must be nice.
Yeah, it's true. It's still a long way to go. We are 45 boats sailing in one fleet, so it's gonna be difficult to finish the week. But we're gonna try to be stable, and it's good to be here in the Arenal.
Yay! Absolutely. Now, Patri, your crew, she can come now. I'll let her change over. Thank you, Sylvia, and well done today. We'll get Patri in here. We have to stand back a bit further because she's so tall.
Hi, how are you doing?
I am good. How was your day?
It was okay, tricky. We were a long time in the water, so it was hard. At the beginning, we were no wind at all, so we had to wait for it, and then it came pretty good wind, so happy about finishing the 2 races of the day.
I bet. A tough day for crews today.
Yeah, we had to pump quite a lot today, so it was exhausting, but I like it, so it's my job. It's fun.
It's your job. I think so many people be envious that that's your job, but they don't understand how hard you work sometimes.
Yeah, everybody tells me that all the time, like, oh, you're having such a great life, and I'm like, well, yeah, but I work a lot too, so it's not all good.
No, it isn't all good, but, you know, it's lovely that you get to do something that you love.
Yeah, of course. I'm super happy that I get to do this, and I think I'm super lucky.
And this regatta, is it special to you?
Yeah, of course. Sailing at home is always nice. We love being in Palma. It's great. We spend here I think we train here most than any other place, any other regatta where we go, and it's super nice. The beach, the weather, everything. We love it here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I know that they love having you here too, so enjoy the rest of the regatta, and hopefully we will get to catch up with you a little later when you have some more good results.
I hope so. Thank you so much.
No, you're welcome. De nada. De nada means no worries for the non-Spanish. I'm learning Spanish while I'm here, and it's so fantastic to be a part of this 50th anniversary event of the regatta. Now, for everybody at home, I know I've told you a few times today, but get your phones out. I've even been checking the results on the app. Look here, you just have to click from class to class. It's absolutely awesome. I was like, who am I going to interview? And I just had to get the app out. It's, you know, so easy. And make sure you check out all of the magical content that's going up. My name's Nic Douglass for Adventures of a Sailor Girl. It's my absolute pleasure to be with you. Stay tuned for plenty more tomorrow for day 2 of the Trofeo Princesa Sofía Iberostar 50th anniversary.